Welcome back to Elmwood's YouTube channel. I'm Pastor Maria, and this is Break Time. Hello? Hey, I'm good. How are you? What's up? What? Get out of here. Really? Tell me. Hello? 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 Ugh. Dropped call. Don't you hate it when you lose connection with someone you're speaking to on the phone? I know I do. It frustrates me whenever my call gets cut off or my conversations get cut short due to a bad connection. And I hate it when I have to do that "can you hear me now" dance. Can you hear me now? If we become this frustrated when we lose a cell phone connection, can you imagine how frustrating it is when we lose our connection to God? I don't know about you, but there are times when I can feel so disconnected from God. I know God is always there, but sometimes God can feel so far away. And every now and then I find myself doing the dance. God, can you hear me now? Just like there are reasons we lose connection on our phones, there are reasons we lose our connection to God. First, we can lose our connection whenever we enter what is known as a dead zone. Dead zones are places that are not within close proximity to a cell phone tower. You can always tell who is responsible for dropping a call. It is usually the person on the move, because that person has moved away from the tower. Sometimes we can lose our connection to God because we are on the move. We all lead busy lives. Between work, school, kids, and church, there is always something to do. But we have to be careful because the last thing we want is to be so busy moving that we enter a dead zone and not even know it. It is hard to maintain a connection to God when we are constantly on the go. When we are moving from one thing to the next, it is hard to connect to God. Even when we are busy working for God, we can sometimes forget to connect to God. In Psalms 46:10, the psalmist reminds us to be still and know that I am God. If you are feeling like you have lost your connection today, stop moving and be still. When it comes to our phones, another reason we can lose connection is because obstructions like tall buildings and trees can sometimes block the signal. Sometimes when we don't feel connected to God, it is because we have allowed some obstruction to block our connection. Take a look at your life. What obstructions, what distractions do you have in your life that is preventing you from connecting with God? Is it work? Is it a relationship? Is it busyness? What is it? Identify it and then move it out the way so that you can have a clear connection to God. Finally, I want you to know that no matter where you are in life, you can connect to God. A few years ago, Verizon Wireless came out with these commercials that featured the Verizon test guy. His job was to travel across the country testing the Verizon network. He would show up in the most random places you would never expect for there to be service. But no matter where he went or how far he traveled, whenever he pulled out his cell phone and asked the question, "Can you hear me now?" the response was always the same: "Good." Do you know that Verizon Wireless experienced a great deal of success with that campaign? At a time when other cell phone carriers were dropping calls left and right, Verizon was able to assure their customers that no matter where they were, the Verizon network would be there. You could be on the top of a mountain, or you could be low in a valley. You could be on the beach. You could be in the desert. It didn't matter, because with Verizon service, you didn't have to worry about being too far or being out of range. Well, I want you to know today that God is better than Verizon. It doesn't matter where you are, God can meet you there. You're never too far, you're never too high, you're never too low. Even if you have found yourself out of range or in a dead zone, I want you to know that God is there. All you have to do is call out, God, can you hear me now? And the response will always be the same. Good. I hope this message has blessed you. If you have ever felt disconnected from God, leave a comment below and tell us how you were able to get on track. Until the next time, be blessed.